Today, the semiconductor industry has evolved in a totally different way because there is a huge explosive growth of telecom industry in the world with 5G. There is a rapid exponential growth of electric vehicles. There is a rapid growth of adapting semiconductor chips for control of our domestic appliances like refrigerators, practically everything in the household, even a small little thing like a fan, that also has semiconductor chips today. All those things have created a very large segment which is basically compound semiconductors, and the industry believes that that will be about close to half the market going forward. And that is a market where there is no dominant player at this point of time. The entire industry is moving towards that market. Many countries are trying to create a niche in that market. Because very small nanometers, 4 nanometers, 7 nanometers, that is already, there is one large dominant country and one large dominant company. So when we look at our strengths and analyze our capabilities, the biggest strength that we have today is in design. The second big strength that we have today is in clean power, green power. The third large strength that we have is in ability to handle very complex liquids and chemicals. These are three large strengths which places us in a sweet spot where we can not only have our own fabs but also become a player which is designing as well as manufacturing chips. There are players in the world, there are countries in the world which have only manufacturing capability, very little design capability. There are some players who are very strong in design but no manufacturing capability. We in India today are in a sweet spot where we can become both design as well as manufacturers. That is the direction in which we are going, and we have carved out a segment which is rapidly growing, and that segment is going to be almost half the entire semiconductor demand. So that segment we have carved out, and we are focusing on that segment to become a large player in that market. It's a very difficult industry because the technology changes rapidly. The prices are like vicious cycles are there, very high and then very low. So those kind of cycles are there in this commodity. So we will have to play very carefully. We'll have to assiduously build this industry, and we'll have to take a long-term view. And that's what our Prime Minister has clearly guided us. His vision is that we should think of a plan for 20 years. We should not think of 4-year or 5-year plan. The very large component that we have added in our plan, which is very different from rest of the world, that is our commitment to develop 80,000 talent as a part of our semiconductor program. And our entire semiconductor program is run by world's best professionals. They are running the program, and that's why we are seeing such a good success in the semiconductor program. Going forward, we will see at least 2 large fabs delivering world-class technology for electric vehicles, for telecom sector, for power electronics, and for laptops and servers. We will be seeing that, and as we consolidate and build upon the early success, I can tell you in another 5 years from now, India will be seen as a major semiconductor design and manufacturing hub.